Welcome to my channel. I'm Kari Greger.
How you doing?
Today, I'm making plant-based chicken sandwiches. Let's get into it. I'm using the plant-based chicken recipe that I made a video of a few weeks ago. So we're starting off with chickpeas, water, and then adding some salt, which is optional, garlic powder, onion powder, and chicken-flavored vegetable bouillon, 100% vegan, miso. This is actually a chickpea miso, so it's soy-free, and apple cider vinegar. We take that all to the blender and blend it up until it's smooth. The link to this recipe is in the description below and in the information card above. Once we have it blended nice and smooth, we're going to transfer it to a mixer with a dough hook and then gradually add in the wheat flour gluten. What's different about making this plant-based chicken is that we're going to shape it into patties. We're going to use the same technique that we used before to get the grain of the meat. We are going to roll the dough only one way back and forth.
What are you doing? This is a one-way street!
We're only going one way!
Ah!
And that gives us a nice meat grain. But instead of rolling it up into a loaf to put into the Instant Pot, we're going to cut out patties for burgers or for cutlets. The method is the same as we used before, folding it over several times and then rolling it out. The last time, instead of folding it over, I've rolled it out about 1/4 inch thick, and then I'm going to cut it into patties. In order to get the right size of the patties, I have my whole wheat buns here. I have found a glass container that is exactly the right size that I need for the patties to be. They'll fit into the bun nicely. So I'm going to use this as a guide. If the edge was sharp enough, I could push down and it would cut the patty, but this has got a rounded edge. It's a nice safe bowl to be using in the kitchen. So I'm going to use a knife to cut around the edge. And also, I'm not cutting through entirely. I'm kind of tearing it away. That way we have that slightly cutlet look at the edges. It looks a little bit meaty. So 1/4 inch, and then the right size roundness that we need.
Nah, I just don't think I'm cut out for music.
But you're good, Marty. You're really good.
And this I'm going to wrap in wax paper and then put into a foil pouch. You could simply wrap it in parchment paper if you don't want to use foil. And that should work just fine. But I find that the wax paper separates the patties enough so that they will cook separately. And that's what I'm concerned about. Like I said, though, you could wrap them all in parchment paper and wrap them tightly, and then you can put them into the Instant Pot. But you have to make sure that there's something separating each of the patties, or when you steam this, they will stick together. I have pre-cut wax paper and pre-cut foil. Looks like I can get 3 patties into each pouch and then fold the foil up over top and pinch it closed. So I've got these little packets with 3 patties in each. Let's put the rack down into the Instant Pot, add 2 cups of water. That's for the steaming. The water should come just below the rack, not over top of the rack, because we're going to cook these with steam. Then put the pouches in there. I can get 6 of these pouches out of this recipe, which is about the regular size of a hamburger. And that means I have 18 servings of plant-based chicken. Put the lid on and make sure that the valve is over to seal. We want to seal that to keep the steam in.
Holy steam valve. Sorry, sir. It just slipped out.
Then we're going to set it. Push manual and then adjust the pressure. You can hit the adjust button to adjust the pressure. And we want it on high for 25 minutes. The plus and minus symbols adjust the time. So that's manual, adjust for pressure, and then plus and minus for the time. 25 minutes. And there it goes. Once the patties have steamed and cooled a bit, I wrap them and put them in the freezer. It is so convenient to have these plant-based chicken cutlets in the freezer at the ready for any recipe. On top of the convenience, I know what's in them. Because when you make it yourself, you have total control over the fat, salt, and sugar. Are you getting value? Give me a thumbs up below, subscribe, and hit the bell so you know when another recipe is posted. Now our Instant Pot is finished steaming. I have let the Instant Pot naturally release, and I'm opening up the packages of foil. And we have our chicken is nicely steamed and cooked. Let it naturally release and cool off before you handle it.
Calypso, I release you from your human bonds.
I'm going to get the other foil pouches opened up and package this for the freezer. I'm putting wax paper, double layer of wax paper between each of the patties because I do not want them to stick together in the freezer. I want to be able to get those patties apart. And I have a nice package of patties for my freezer, and this will be at the ready whenever I want to bake chicken burgers. This is so good. If you found this useful, click the subscribe button below and leave a comment. Let me know how you like this.
What's the matter? You chicken?
Nobody calls me chicken.
Thanks. Thank you for watching.